with the latest news now. This is the NewsFeed.
Today, the world takes notice of this place and its moment of transformation. Graduates, you arrived at Tarrant County College full of potential. You leave charged with momentum. At TCC, we believe education is not just for knowledge. It is a fire within that says, I can, I will, I am ready.
Happening now, a day to remember for thousands of trailblazers.
The class of 2025 crossed the stage, crossed a major milestone, and crossed into the next chapter. Good morning. Welcome to the Newsfeed. I'm Lauren Harper.
And I'm Nathan Vasquez. TCC just had its graduation ceremony filled with energy, emotion, and love.
From early college grads to honor students to veterans, every walk across that stage told a story. What a moment it was. The 2025 graduation ceremony was filled with smiles, cheers, and more than a few happy tears. As you can see in the video, trailblazers showed up ready to graduate, caps, gowns, telling the stories of hard work and special honors. From white tassels, from early college grads to red, white, and blue cords for our military students, to the gold stoles of Phi Kappa Theta. Each grad walked with pride. Chancellor Elva LeBlanc congratulated the class, calling this a milestone that opens the door to a bright future.
And the TCC Alumni Association reminded grads this moment is just the beginning. You now join a network of over 100,000 trailblazers around the world. Congratulations again to the class of 2025. And stick around, we'll show you even more of the celebration at the end of the newscast. Some great moments you don't want to miss, including a few surprises from the stage. And while every grad had a story to tell, one moment had the crowd cheering extra loud. A mother and daughter who didn't just celebrate together, they graduated together. Mary and Tatiana Robinson both graduated with associate degrees in psychology. Tatiana wasn't sure about college at first, but agreed to go if her mom went too. They took classes together, even encouraged each other through the tough times. In Mary's word, Tatiana said, "Don't give up, you're almost there, you've got this." Both plan to keep going, working towards master's degrees and sticking together just like they did from day one. Tarrant County College Chancellor Elva LeBlanc just landed a spot in Fort Worth list of the 500 most influential North Texans. Since taking over in 2022, she's boosted enrollment, built strong industry partnerships, and launched a bold new vision for TCC's future. Dr. LeBlanc says, "We're building a better future for all."
TCC's automotive program just earned a top industry honor, re-accreditation from the ASE Education Foundation. TCC's South program trains students to repair cars and trucks and get them job ready fast. President Daniel Lufkin says it shows the hard work and dedication of our exceptional faculty and staff. Full scholarships are even available thanks to a partnership with Autobarn Fort Worth. TCC, the University of Texas at Arlington, and the Arlington Chamber just celebrated 270 years of impact, and they're not slowing down. At a State of Higher Education luncheon, Chancellor Elva LeBlanc said, "Together, we are offering an education that produces graduates with highly marketable skills right here in the heart of the Lone Star State. They're building new programs, powerful partnerships, and training students for big careers across North Texas."
New details this afternoon after a teacher was attacked outside a North Texas elementary school in front of students. Arrest documents revealed the suspect grabbed her from behind, took her to the ground, and took off with her phone and school radio. Police tracked him down nearby, and the attack left students shaken, including a fourth grader who saw it happen.
He heard some screaming going on, and that's when he looked and saw everything happening.
Now, parents want answers, and a self-defense expert says this is a reminder to always be aware of your surroundings.
McDonald's is shutting down its beverage-based spinoff, Cosmix. The company announced all 5 locations, including stores in Dallas, Fort Worth, and San Antonio, will close by the end of June. The Cosmix app is also being discontinued. The concept launched in 2023 to compete with popular dirty drink chain Swig. Named after a throwback McDonald's alien character, Cosmix offered sweet drinks and light bites. Some of those drinks could pop off at regular McDonald's locations later this year.
Two places you never expect to be connected, a North Texas deli and the Vatican. But the guy making your sandwich, he grew up with the man now wearing the white robes, and he's celebrating that connection the best way he knows how, with a sandwich. Here's Nicole Nielsen with how Lunch in Texas is paying tribute to a legacy in Rome.
I got a Morgan's turkey for Paul.
It's a long way from the south side of Chicago.
I got 4 sandwiches, that sound right?
And an even longer way from Rome.
Our pleasure.
But inside Weinberger's Deli in Grapevine, you'll find a little taste of both.
There you have it, the Papa Leo.
Owner Dan Weinberger, an Irish Catholic and Chicago native, opened up shop here in 2002 and has been stacking subs with Chicago and flair ever since.
Give us a moment, I'll call your name.
Many with names representing important figures. And last week, the menu got a holy upgrade when the new pope was announced, and excitement turned to shock.
An American Pope, number one. Number two, we went to grade school together.
Dan and the new pope grew up in the same neighborhood, went to the same school, and attended the same parish.
That was when second grade.
He admits they weren't close as the new Holy Father was older, but his brother Billy was an altar boy alongside the new Pope Leo XIV. And for Dan, this historic moment has made his connection to the church feel stronger than it has in years.
He's just one of us, just so relatable.
So he did what he does best, made a sandwich worthy of a pope.
Because we're going to get the nice toast on that.
It's called the Ipapa Leo, and it's full of symbolism. Lamb for the Lamb of God, ham for the richness of the church, sriracha to represent the blood of Christ, mozzarella for Italian roots, and egg for the white and gold colors of the papacy. And the final nod to the Pope, the price, at $14. He says so far it's been selling like crazy.
You take a bite out of it and you put it down, then you take another bite and you put it down, and pretty soon you don't put it down.
You want a copy of the receipt today?
Showing that even from a deli in Texas, faith has a way of bringing the world just a little closer together.
Is this together separately?
In South Texas, San Antonio police are still looking for a shooter. 2 weeks after a 79-year-old man was killed in a drive-by, Coleman Jocelyn was shot while driving to pick up dinner. His wife is now pleading for answers.
He fought in the military, and he gave so much, and for him to lose his life like this, I mean, it's just really.
Police say the gunfire came from a silver four-door Chevy truck. Now, it happened near I-35 and Pat Booker Road on the city's northeast side. Crime Stoppers is offering up to $5,000 for information.
For one Texas teenager, going to school every day really paid off. Jacob Rodriguez just won a 2025 Ford Escape, all because he had a perfect attendance this year.
Staying in school could lead to have a long-term effect on you, especially like this, winning a car.
He was one of 13 students from Loretto Independent School District eligible for the prize. For 12 years, a car dealer in Loretto has held this contest to honor students who show up every day. Loretto Federal Credit Union also helped out by covering tax, title, and licensing fees on the car. You've probably seen this already on social media. Last week in the Texas Panhandle, a driver captured video of an overpass collapsing right in front of him on I-27 near Tallulah. The damage came after a tractor trailer hauling a crane hit the bridge, causing part of it to fall. The overpass is now closed, and DPS says there's no date yet for when it will reopen.
Also, up in the Panhandle, a major breakthrough in Amarillo. Workers at Pantex have finished the first of America's newest nuclear gravity bombs, the B61-13, and they did it in 11 months ahead of schedule. The project involved teams from across 6 NNSA sites.
Just to get this done ahead of schedule is just remarkable, and it's so important for our national security. So I can't say how proud I am of this team, and I think that, as the Secretary of Energy also said, he's extremely proud of how hard work this team did, and to get something done a year early, that's just amazing.
Officials say the bomb has enhanced capabilities, and while the goal is to never use them, maintaining a strong, modern deterrent helps protect U.S. national security. The full project is expected to be complete by 2027. Can you spell winner? 13-year-old Faison Zaki from Texas just did, and took home the title at the 2025 Scripps National Spelling Bee last week. He won it all. I'll let you sound out the word. Eclairissimo. Zaki was last year's runner-up, but this time he knew exactly what to do.
So when Dr. Bailey gave me the word, I instantly recognized it. I knew it was French, and I knew it meant enlightenment. So without hesitation, I just went for it. So I spelled it, and I mean, I don't know if you were able to hear, but for the last couple of letters, I was kind of like gasping for air at the end. So I was just like really excited. I was like kind of hyperventilating at that point. So it was like definitely a great moment.
From the pool to the beach, water safety is incredibly important in Texas. The simple ABCs that everyone should know next.
Tariffs, trade tensions, and a new warning from the White House why the Commerce Secretary says the pressure isn't going anywhere. We're live in Washington next.
Who is Tarrant County College? We are ambitious and full of potential. We bridge education and employment. The beating heart of healthcare, the drivers of industry, the very fabric of Tarrant County. We partner with employers so graduates step into waiting careers. We're changing the game, trailblazing a path forward, uplifting North Texas. We are TCC. Bold steps, better futures.
Ask seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
If you get a phone call, do not talk to the person.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
Just hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it. Call the Senior Medicare Patrol.
If you suspect Medicare fraud, contact the Senior Medicare Patrol in your state.
You know the national parks, but you may not know that they're supported by a strong foundation. A foundation for the future. We are the National Park Foundation. And together with your support, we are building a bold future where national parks are vibrant, protected, and welcoming. Today, tomorrow, forever. Learn more at nationalparks.org/foundation.
Happy birthday, Max.
Yes! I'm Joan the Phone, here to show you 4 easy ways to stay safe online. Come on.
We can secure our world. Online security depends on you and me. Install updates, make better passwords. Think before you click, use multiple factors. That's how we can secure our world.
Learn more at CISA.gov/secure our world.
The Trump administration is digging in, facing a legal fight over whether the president can keep using emergency powers to impose tariffs. And now the U.S. Commerce Secretary is making one thing clear. Tariffs, he says, aren't going away. Our Julia Benbrook is live at the White House with what's next.
After a federal appeals court last week temporarily reinstated many of the Trump administration's sweeping tariffs, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick is making it clear that he does not believe the tariffs will go away anytime soon, adding in an interview with Fox News that even if some of President Donald Trump's recent actions are blocked in court, that there are other authorities that can be used.
The president's going to win like he always does, but rest assured, tariffs are not going away. He has so many other authorities that even in the weird and unusual circumstance where this was taken away, we just bring on another or another or another.
The 90-day pause on Trump's so-called Liberation Day tariffs, which had imposed levies on more than 100 countries, is set to expire early next month.
That's the deadline, and the president's just going to determine what rates people have. If they can't get a deal done, President Trump is going to determine what deal there's going to be.
This is all happening as the administration is negotiating potential trade deals with various countries. Trump recently said that China totally violated its trade agreement, leading to an apparent halt in talks between the two countries. In response to those comments, China accused the United States of, quote, provoking new economic and trade frictions. Reporting at the White House, I'm Julia Benbrook.
However, it says it has documents showing the Trump White House ordered a freeze on over $2 billion in federal funds, including a grant linked to national security. The university claims in court this week that the move violates federal law.
The National Weather Service is getting the green light to hire 125 new staffers just as hurricane season begins. It follows earlier cuts that cost the agency more than 500 workers and comes as forecast officers struggle to stay fully staffed. Ukraine
launched a wave of drones deep into Russia, damaging air bases and dozens of warplanes. The strike comes just ahead of new peace talks in Turkey, with KYIV still waiting on Moscow's terms for a ceasefire. Those Ukrainian strikes are also shaking up the energy market. U.S. oil prices spiked nearly 3.5% as fears of escalating war put pressure on global supply.
And if you're heading to the pool, lake, or beach this summer, safety should be top of mind. Every year in the U.S., more than 4,000 people die from unintentional drownings. But experts say many of those tragedies can be prevented. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither breaks down the ABCs of water safety to help keep kids safe this summer.
It can happen in seconds. Drowning is often silent, and many times it's children who are the victims.
The most common drowning is in the kids age 1 to 4. They slip into the water and go under, and that's it.
Dr. Donald Plumley with Orlando Health says the ABCs of water safety starts with A for adult supervision. When children are in the water, an adult should be paying full attention. Avoid distractions from people or phones. You may also consider designating a water watcher.
Almost like a designated driver. You want a designated watcher watching your kids. Take turns doing it. It gets tiring, but someone needs to know that's their full-time job.
B is for barriers. Plumley says there should be a fence around pools, especially when you're on vacation or renting a home you're not used to. He says to make sure there are safety features in place before you go. Finally, C is for classes. Both the parent and the child should be in swim classes. Plumley says to start as young as a few months old and make sure children are up to date every swim season.
Even though they took them last summer, it's good to do it again this summer, get a refresher course going. And then for the parents to learn CPR, should the tragedy ever occur or be around a tragedy, you're there to help. And start care right away will make a huge difference.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
A morning news anchor powers through her show with morning contractions.
And he's not talking about me. We'll have that and take a look at this next. Plus, in the summer, temperatures are starting to rise. We'll have that storm team forecast next.
Well, I'm looking good. Thank you. Just became a real ID. What's the plan? Impromptu road trip? Actually, the plan is to fly to New York for today's product launch, and then visit the family in California and cap it off with a girls' weekend in New Orleans. You really can just do all that. Sure, I'm a real ID, so I'm good to board any domestic flight. Speaking of which, gotta fly. Nice. Enjoy. I'll be here.
Be your Real ID self today. To learn how, visit tsa.gov/realid or your local DMV.
Achieving my goals as an adult was challenging without a high school diploma. With the help of an adult education center, I finished my high school diploma and it changed my life.
This yearbook is a testament to your accomplishments and how they have impacted all of us.
Getting my high school diploma made me feel like I can do anything. Now I can help the kids in my community achieve their dreams.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
You know you don't have to wear your PT gear anymore, right?
It's comfortable.
So how's civilian life treating you?
It's fine.
When I got out, I didn't want to admit that there was anything wrong because I felt like a failure. And then I realized, like, there's nothing to be ashamed of. So I started talking to someone. Maybe you are fine, but if you're not, it's okay.
Thank you.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
From the NewsFeed's Forecast Center, this is your Storm Team Forecast.
All right, right now over downtown Fort Worth, it's 73 degrees. Feels closer to 79 though, with some humidity in the air and a breeze around 12 miles per hour. Heading into the weekend, temps will probably climb into the upper 80s Friday, low 90s by Saturday, and it's going to stay warm Sunday, with a chance of storms to wrap up the weekend. Now, a look at your storm team forecast the next 7 days, Monday through Wednesday. Off and on storm chances each day, highs in the mid to upper 80s. Thursday, clouds stick around with a few lingering storms possible, high in the mid 80s. Stay weather aware as those thunderstorm chances continue next week.
A dad graduating from a New York university is going viral after sprinting past security and onto the commencement stage with his baby in his arms. But he says, don't worry, the whole thing was cleared ahead of time. Here's Jeremy Roth with today's Take a Look at This.
Take a look at the moment a new dad grad sprinted across the University of Buffalo commencement stage with his cap and gown clad infant son in tow. In a now viral video on TikTok, former student Jean-Paul Al-Arab says he was told in a commencement prep class he'd be allowed to carry his baby boy across the stage with him, but said when the time came, he and his son were stopped by security. So Al-Arab decided to ignore officers' directives and instead sprinted on stage with his infant to collect his degree in criminology. The video has since been viewed millions of times on TikTok, and the university issued a statement saying despite breaking the rules, the graduate will not be penalized and will still receive his degree. They also addressed the infant, saying, "We hope to see him back on stage in about 20 years so he can follow in his dad's footsteps." Baby or no, the show must go on.
We do have some breaking news this morning. Literally.
Yes.
Olivia's water has broke.
That's
and
right.
she is anchoring the news now in active labor.
Early labor.
Yep, Albany, New York's WRGB-TV says their expectant anchor, Olivia Jakewith, went into labor as she was preparing the morning newscast. So she decided to soldier on through the 3-hour show, providing updates along the way.
I'd rather be at work than at the hospital. So.
Something you'll never hear come out of my mouth.
Jakewith's co-anchor Julia Dunn also happens to be expecting and gave her intrepid partner in crime plenty of well-deserved prego props.
I'll do my best,
High
which
five, girl.
means
Whole
maybe
show.
you
Look at
won't
that.
see me
3 hours of news.
That's right.
In contractions. I think that's a first for CBS 6.
For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Two big names, two very different headlines, how one NFL star is making big waves on the field.
And a Thunder fan is turning his lawn into art. We'll have the story everyone's talking about next.
Disasters strike, fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When they do, Direct Relief delivers. Medicines, medical supplies, everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the U.S. and around the world, they're making a difference. No politics, no red tape, just help. If your family needed urgent medical care, wouldn't you want that help fast? Direct Relief is a lifeline for people in crisis. So check them out at directrelief.org.
What are you doing in there?
What's that?
I wouldn't do that. What are you doing? What are you looking for?
Ask seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
If you get a phone call, do not talk to the person.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
Just hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call the Senior Medicare Patrol.
If you suspect Medicare fraud, contact the Senior Medicare Patrol in your state.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
From the NewsFeed Sports Desk, this is the Sports Report.
New Patriots wideout Stephon Diggs is under the microscope after a video of him on a boat went viral. Over Memorial Day weekend in the clip, Diggs is seen with 3 women and hands one of them a bag with a pink substance inside. Head coach Michael Vrabel says the team's aware and wants players making good choices on and off the field. But any talk with Diggs will stay in-house. Diggs hasn't said anything publicly, and he's still recovering from a torn ACL. He signed a 3-year, $69 million deal with the New England earlier this year. New Orleans Pelicans star Zion Williamson is at the center of serious allegation. A woman who's not named in court docs says she was in a relationship with Williamson from 2018 to 2023 and accuses him of sexual assault and physical abuse, including 2 rapes in 2020 at a home he rented in Beverly Hills. Williamson's attorney is denying everything, saying they were just friends, never dated, and that she demanded money after they cut ties. He says Zion plans to file a counterclaim if the woman is asking for emotional and financial damages.
Major League Baseball is making a big move into women's sports, taking a stake in the new Athletes Unlimited Softball League. MLB calls it a first-of-its-kind partnership with the Women's Pro League, and it's aimed at bolstering visibility ahead of the league's debut next month. According to ESPN, baseball now owns more than 20% of the league. The new softball league will have 4 teams playing 24 games over 6 weeks, with some games airing on MLB Network and MLB.com. Women's elite sports revenue is expected to hit over $2.3 billion this year, triple what it was just 2 years ago. And finally, Oklahoma City Thunder fans are celebrating a huge milestone. The team just won the Western Conference title, and one superfan is living his best life. 68-year-old Charles Lloyd mowed and painted the Thunder logo right into his lawn. He says it took days to carve out and paint, and he's been a fan since 2008. He promised if they made the finals, he'd add 225 champions to his yard art. Thanks to some generous fans, he got to see Game 5 in person, his first ever Thunder game. He called it a dream come true, and now he's hoping for one more win in the finals.
You won't believe how this one North Texas couple made their last name into a wedding theme.
And we'll have more on that story that everyone's talking about, that sweet ice cream story, next.
When I came back from
Hey,
hanging in
you cannot see
I'm
that.
here today because of Tanya's relentless efforts in trying to get me healed. And says, Michael, I know you've got a plan to take your life today, but if you give me just 5 more minutes to love you.
5 more minutes, 5 more minutes, honey, 5 more minutes to love.
Michael has actually taught me what it looks like to accept help.
Who is Tarrant County College? We are ambitious and full of potential. We bridge education and employment. The beating heart of healthcare, the drivers of industry, the very fabric of Tarrant County. We partner with employers so graduates step into waiting careers. We're changing the game, trailblazing a path forward, uplifting North Texas. We are TCC. Bold steps, better futures.
Texas, a couple's last name and their love of ice cream was a match made for heaven.
Mr. and Mrs. Blizzard, yes, that's their real name. When Dairy Queen heard about their upcoming wedding, they stepped in to make it even sweeter. The couple got a fairy tale photo shoot at a DQ in Dallas, custom merch for the bachelor and bachelorette parties, and instead of a wedding cake, they served up blizzards at the reception.
I did not believe it. Like, I just was like, that has to be a joke. I just realized if Blizzard's gonna be my last name, I'm gonna fully lean into it.
The first time I met her dad, who I heard is a big Dairy Queen fan, I brought him a gift card.
Love and ice cream, both served chilled. Wow, okay, favorite Blizzard flavor. What are we thinking?
Flavor? I don't really eat Blizzard flavors.
He doesn't eat Blizzards. I do. I love anything with candy and ice cream in the middle. I'll eat it.
Not for me.
Thank you guys for watching the Newsfeed this morning. We'll see you at the same time next week. Have a great rest of the week.